Okay guys, so here are my special guests. I adopted them Saturday on October 5th, I think, in the afternoon. So you guys are probably wondering, okay, what's the story behind them? Now, I'm not going to get into much detail about the person I got them from because I'm not the type of person to bash people online and you know, I think we have too much hate when it comes to the internet. So all I'm gonna say is that I was called because I had there was a coworker of mine. I told her the story. Now, if you don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, which I recommend you do, because I do besides scrapbooking stuff, I do have I. This is Brave. What you? What do you want? What happened? Okay. Anyway, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, starting the end of April, I took care of 4 wild baby cottontails, and now the reason why I did that is because my mother, when she was watering her plants, she noticed there was something moving in the ground and she thought it was a snake, and she called me out to see what it was. So I went out there and I noticed it was actually a nest of wild cottontails, and they were soaked wet because of the water. And I couldn't leave them there because I knew the insects would get to them, and predators as well, because their scent will be wafted in the air because of the wetness. So I had to take them in and take care of them, and their eyes were closed when I first took them in. They had fur, but their eyes were closed, so that's how young they were. And I'm very proud of myself that I was able to raise them successfully, and I released the 3 oldest. But the youngest, Lucky, I kept for a little bit because she didn't exhibit any Hi Valiant, what you looking for? Okay, anyways. So Lucky wasn't exhibiting any wild cottontail characteristics. She was acting more like a puppy, so she really liked being with me and being on the bed and so forth. But when she became a full-grown adult recently, on during the first week of October, I think, that's when she started, because at 6 months, that's when they're full grown. So at 6 months, she started to exhibit like wild cottontail characteristics. So I decided, you know what, it's right for her to be released. And now that she's showing her wild cottontail characteristics, she's ready to go on her own, finally. So on that same day that I was going to release her, I got a call from a coworker because I told her the story of how I took care of the cottontails and so forth. So she called me, and she wanted to she wanted me to take in these rabbits. Now, I've only talked to her 4 times because, like I said, with my job, you don't always work with the same people because these are different conferences. You work with different people, different clients. So I only met her 4 times during 1 year of working with the company that I'm with right now. So I go to, and I did like, I killed 2 birds with 1 stone because besides picking them up, I wanted to experience an Uber for the first time. Uber or Lyft, but I took Uber because it was cheaper. So I took an Uber to this rural area that was like 30 minutes away from me. And when I got there, she was staying at a friend's house. I mean, not friend's house. She was staying at her brother's house because the next day on Sunday, she and her husband were going to leave for Texas. They were moving to Texas. So that's why she wanted me to take in the rabbits. However, like I said, I only talked to her 4 times, so she had my number because I like to keep, contacts and so forth. So, um, she had my number, so I didn't really know her though that well. So I didn't know that she was a breeder. So she breeded New Zealand rabbits. And she wanted to stop breeding because she was at that, she's already retired. She couldn't, and she's at that age where she just doesn't want to do too much anymore. She doesn't want to exhaust herself in her last years and so forth. So these were the last two rabbits that were born this year. And they're actually from the same, what do you call that, litter. And they're both boys. Now, she told me they were both boys. However, I'm suspecting, now the names, this is Valiant, the black one, and then the white one is Brave. I am suspecting Brave may not be a male because Valiant is not, I can tell he's definitely not neutered because he's been humping Brave. Well, when I first got them, he was humping him. I think the next day, like a lot. And I have to get him done soon, hopefully sometime next month. I can't do it this month because right now, like I said, I got a lot of stuff on my plate. But anyways, so that's how I know he's definitely a boy. But Brave has not exhibit any of that because she told me that they're not spayed or neutered. I know that. So, but when I felt Brave, like underneath the belly, I felt two nipples. And that kind of scares me because I don't want any more babies in this house. Taking care of 4 wild cottontail babies was enough for me. So I don't want any more babies in this house. So I'm gonna, when I get him done, I'm gonna hopefully, because this is a, Brave is bigger than Valiant. So I know how to check the sex, but he, Brave doesn't really like to be held. So I have to be very careful with Brave because I don't want to stress Brave out. Valiant is okay with me holding him, but I mean, I'll try and look at the sex, or it's cloaca, I think that's what you call it, just to make sure it's a boy or girl. Because if it's a girl, there's going to be a problem. And if I'm probably going to have to get this one fixed too. But hopefully if he starts exhibiting male tendencies, I'll be a little bit happy, but still I would have to get him done too. But anyways, that's the story on how I got them. Yeah, she decided to stop breeding New Zealand rabbits. She would sell them for meat. She would sell them as pets, but she gave them to me for free because she actually did post on Craigslist if anyone wanted them for free. She could care less about the money. But no one, like, I think 2 months passed by and no one contacted her. So I was like an impromptu, worst comes to worst, last minute call. Because she called me the night before, frantic, to take these rabbits in. So when I got there and I saw their situation where they were in a metal cage, and the way, and when she held when she held them to show me them, she held them by the neck, which really, really irked me really bad. And I, they say don't grab them by the ears, don't grab them by the neck. And you can tell she was that type of breeder that did not take care of her animals or the animals that she possessed. And I was happy to take them in because I don't want them to be in a worse situation or be in a similar situation or to be treated the same way. So I'm happy to take them in and I love them both. And at first, of course, they were afraid, but yet they started to warm up to me because It's only been like a few days now. Definitely more than 5 days. Almost a week. Because today's Thursday. So um we're a little bit closer now compared to the first day. Valiant is very, very close to me, but he has not licked me yet because when they lick, it's also a sign of affection. So surprisingly, he hasn't licked me. But Brave has licked me a few times, but is not a big fan of being held. Sometimes Brave likes to have his space because he does nudge my hand away a lot. But also, it can be a little bit confusing because he also nudges my hand to pet him. So it really depends how forceful his nudge is. So I'm starting to understand him a little bit more. Look at your ear. So, but overall, they're very sweet. Now, what's funny about their personalities is that I named the black one Valiant because he is not only sweet, but he's also very curious and he likes to roam around like, like what other bunnies do. But Brave, I named him Brave because he needs to be brave. He gets scared easily and he doesn't like to, um, like his curiosity is starting, like he's curious little by little, but he is one of those rabbits that likes to have a safe haven. So he likes to keep it safe, and I don't blame him. But like I said, he's licked me a few times, so he's starting to show his affection, and he likes me. And what I really love about them is that, oh yeah, just so you know, their age. What she told me is that they're about 7 months old. So they're just starting their adulthood. And the thing I like about them is that because they were in a cage for 7 months, and Brave has hawk sores. And if you don't know what hawk sores is, it's a sore underneath their back legs, especially if they lived in a metal cage for so long, because those metal cages have holes in them. It's not comfortable. So it's been healing nicely. I search online how to heal those. So I daily wash it and then put Neosporin on it. And it looks so much better when I first got Brave, because when I held him the first time, I noticed there was blood. Like not a lot, but just a little bit. And I was wondering like where is that coming from? But when I finally gave him a bath, because they don't usually take baths. Rabbits clean themselves, but I I have to be careful because I have a brother who, if you don't know, I have a brother who was diagnosed with leukemia in 2015, but he's in remission now. I know a lot of you are asking about him, but yeah, he's been in remission for a few months now. But still his immune system is very low. So I have to be careful with what we bring into the house. So I didn't wash Valiant because he doesn't exhibit any wounds on him, but I'm thinking of washing him just in case. But like I said, I try to keep them away from my brothers so he's not in contact with them. But with Brave, I definitely had to wash him because the legs right here in the back are very matted. So I try to comb them out, and it's a lot better than before, but still there's still a few matted areas. And as you can see, there's a lot of discoloration in the back of Brave's body and even the legs. So um, I'm trying my best to, you know, make him look a little bit better, and because I'm sure he doesn't like, because you can see these clumps here. Let's see if that's it's very clumpy, and that's like the furs that didn't come out, so that needs to come out. But they love the bed though. They really, really love my bed, and I don't blame them. Like I said, they've been in a cage for 7 months, and I don't blame them for loving the bed. To them is heaven, and they hate it when I take them out because they will actually jump from my arms back to the bed. So, and another thing is, I forgot to mention the other, well, I deleted it actually. I'm going to redo that video, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like I said, besides work, one of my brothers did move out the house, so one of the rooms is free. And what we're going to do in this den, because this den is a 3-in-1 room. It's an office, guest room, craft room. So we're going to make the den strictly an office. So it's like a place of zen for us in a way. And then his old bedroom will be the craft room slash guest room. So right now I'm in the process of, it's a little bit messy here, but I'm not even like halfway through. So I have to move all my craft stuff to the other room. Now I will be doing a separate video on that, but it's not going to be a time-lapse video. I don't know how to set that up, but I did film a little bit on the before, and I will be doing a redo tour of my new craft room. So I still have a lot to do. I am leaving the library here and the computer desk. I'm gonna see how the day bed and the white table look together, because it is out of all the rooms in the house, it's the smallest room. So I'm worried that there's not going to be enough space to work. And then on top of that, they're going to be in the room too, because I'm going to set up a little area for them so they can roam around in that room, because I want them to be free range, but only in that room for now, because I don't want them to be overwhelmed, I guess. But anyways, that's pretty much it. These are my kids now, and I love them to bits. So I will be definitely doing a lot of process videos on them. I plan to do a happy planner process video because I did take a lot of photos. So that will be coming soon, probably tomorrow, because I can't wait to. They're so cute, guys. And like I said, follow my Instagram, because I do post a lot of photos of them. So if you want to see photos of them, videos of them, and so forth, definitely follow them. Oh my gosh, Valiant, you have to eat your poop on camera. And just so you know, rabbits eating their own poo is like natural to them, because their digestive system doesn't take 100% the nutrients that they eat, because they do eat a lot of hay and fiber. So they sometimes eat their own poo to redigest what they ate, so they can get more of those nutrients. So I know it looks gross, but it's natural for them. So don't worry about it. I don't like it either, but just leave them alone. I leave them alone. Just as long as you don't pee on me or poo on me, I'm okay. Even though this one is a troublemaker. Brave pees on the bed a lot. So I'm gonna have to wash the sheets a third time this week. And I know I that's why, like, I don't, I really do need to check if Brave, I don't think Brave is spayed or neuter. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't know if it's really a boy or girl. But they say that if you spay neuter them, they will be a lot better when it comes to training them to use the litter box. So that's why I need to get that done sometime in November before Thanksgiving. But anyways, this video is almost at 20 minutes, so I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys like them. And just one more time, email it. Okay, you're not interested. And there's Brave. Bye, guys.